We've got coverage of Main Street Event 2017.
with highlights from the Street Festival and Manifolds on Main.
And we spice it up with a new event, the Hot Sauce Contest.
All this and more coming up about town.
Hello everyone and welcome to About Town. I'm Jan Hernser.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman, and I am so thrilled to welcome Jan Hernser back to the show. As you know, I am thrilled to see you, but I've got to ask, it's been a while, so what have you been up to since the last time you were here with us?
Work, and work. And we've been celebrating the 33rd year of business for Las Colinas Pharmacy.
Wow.
So that's kept us busy the last few months, just getting preparations ready for that. So
It's hard to
good.
believe it's been 33 years, especially since you're only 33 years old.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully folks will come by and visit the pharmacy and
Yes.
say hello to you, and I'm glad you stopped in to say hello to us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Great to have you. And so great to have you here for our first show of October as we kick off the art season here in Irving.
We've got news on the season's premieres for the entertainment series of Irving and the Las Colinas Symphony Orchestra.
We'll also have details for you on Irving Reads and what's coming up with cool October events at the Four Seasons Resort and Club.
As always, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know about a community event you'd like to promote or a story you'd like to see.
So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Or you can still email us at ictn@cityofirving.org. This year's Main Street event was bigger and better than ever. The fun kicked off on Friday night with a street festival complete with dancing, cheering, and a little raspberry beret. A.J. Vallejo's Perfect Nation paid tribute to Prince at the Friday night kickoff of Main Street Event 2017. The crowd was ready for a night of music and dancing hosted by celebrity MC Chris Arnold of CBS Radio.
It is, of course, the Main Street event. All I can tell you is there's nothing like a street festival. City of Irving has it down on lock.
The crowd was crazy for music and fun on multiple stages. Earlier in the evening, DJ Alex proved to a huge crowd that you didn't have to be a kid to have fun in the Kid Zone.
But this is the kicker. If I do two prizes for the winner, that means the loser has to dance.
Maybe Dad didn't really mind losing to his daughter.
Let's make some noise for Dad, everybody. Great job, Dad. Thank you for being so awesome.
This year's Main Street event also brought back a huge crowd pleaser from last year.
We're really excited to have all of our teams out here.
Backed by popular demand, the Irving Girls Cheerleader Association showed that even the tiniest of the talented little ladies could wow the crowd with their skills. Seriously, can you resist anything this cute?
Give it up for my babies!
After the sun set, the crowd got on their feet over at the main stage, where Chris Arnold said the fun was just beginning.
This is the first night, of course, all day tomorrow. It's going to be a sensational event all weekend long, and the weather's perfect.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
Right foot stomp, left foot stomp. You cha-cha with your right, you cha-cha with your left.
If you love the music of Vienna, then you will be thrilled with the Las Colinas Symphony's 2017-2018 season.
Executive Director Deborah Hawkins brings us a preview. Thanks for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, you guys, Deborah, and I know I say this every year, but every year you surprise me with something else lovely. You come up with the best ideas for your season. So why, and give me the background on Vienna, City of Music.
Well, first of all, Vienna is where all these fabulous composers came from. Also, our music director loves Vienna. So put the two together and Vienna City of Music is what came out of it. But you know, we've got Haydn, you've got Mozart, you've got Beethoven, you've got Strauss, and I'm expecting people to be waltzing in the aisles.
Absolutely.
I would expect nothing less from our audience. But that's how it evolved. It's just such great music that there'll be something on every concert that people will know and recognize, as well as we always put a few challenging pieces in there too, just to kind of stretch you a little little bit. But I think what people will love about it the most are those tried and true pieces, tried and true composers.
You kick off the season with your guest artist, Oleg Larsson. So tell us about him and what we can look forward to.
All right.
For that.
Well, Oleg is actually from Russia, and he has been with our orchestra. Each year we do a concerto competition, and we choose members of our orchestra to be able to do a concerto with the orchestra as a soloist, because we feel like everyone in the orchestra is of that caliber, of that talent, that they could do a solo with the orchestra. And so he is our opening performer. He'll be doing the Brook Violin Concerto, which is a wonderful piece, a difficult piece. And I think it'll be challenging for the orchestra and challenging for the audience. But as always, we'll pull it off in that stellar fashion.
I think that's great. Well, so I'm just going to throw in that we had Laura Espina, who is your cellist, in the studio. I think it was a season ago, and she blew us all away with her solo performance here. So I can imagine with
fabulous.
the orchestra around, you know, your principal players. It's great. So real quickly, any other highlights you want to share?
So, well, of course, we always do our Christmas concert, which everyone gets to walk away saying, I got the opportunity to sing with a symphony orchestra tonight, which everyone wants to put in their resume. So we'll do our annual sing-along, we'll do all of our holiday favorites, we'll do our sleigh ride on that concert, which is always great. We'll do our movie score quiz again, and this time, of course, we'll be pulling movie music that has to do with Vienna, because we always keep that same thread.
Well, I tell you what, we'll plan on being there, and maybe we'll get you to come back and give us some more highlights later on in the year.
That sounds fabulous.
That's great. All right, folks, you do not want to miss Oleg Larsson on his violin on Saturday, October 21st at 8 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall. Call 972-252-ARTS for tickets, and let's kick off Vienna, City of Music.
For folks that wanted to add a little pep to their step, Main Street Event kicked off something new, a hot sauce contest designed to help foster community connections. Susan Kamyab has more.
The Irving Main Street event spiced things up this year with a special hot sauce contest hosted by the Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Over 30 hot sauce entries were submitted. Contestants competed in 3 categories: amateur, Irving ISD students, and restaurant.
What we do is that we put the categories separated, and people come throughout the day and they judge them. They buy tickets and they put them in whichever ones they think are the best.
This is the winning salsa from Tio Carlos in Irving, Texas. We're going to be #1.
As this contest gets going, people are ready to try some salsa. Some sauces brought the heat, while others brought unique flavors.
The non-traditional ones are really interesting because sometimes people put mangoes and pineapples and all kinds of different things. So it's really neat to kind of see some of the new ideas that people come up with.
Tamales Over Texas entered just some of the more unconventional recipes.
It is a sweet potato base with roasted corn and black bean. It's chipotle. And then the hot one is habanero mango. And it's really hot.
The hot sauce contest was a hit, as the crowd enjoyed trying different salsas and voting on their favorites.
I want to draw that.
Congratulations goes out to all the winners from the contest, especially first placers Mark Baker, Nelson Martinez and Sam Gonzalez from Singling Academy, and Tio Carlos Mexican Latin Grill. For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab.
The entertainment series of Irving kicks off their 2017-2018 season by shining the spotlight on one of our own.
Mary Higby is here, and Ricky Derrick is back in town, and they've got all the details for us. Welcome home and welcome back.
Thanks. It's great to see you guys. And Mary, I just want to say I'm always so grateful to the entertainment series of Irving, because you guys really do support the folks, the very talented folks that come out of Irving. And got one sitting right next to me. Tell us a little bit about this first concert.
Well, we are thrilled to be kicking off our 62nd season, and we always try to start with what we think is really a great show, and we are thrilled that Ricky Derrick was available to do that.
Absolutely.
Well, Ricky, you've got all the fans all over North Texas who love what you do with a Frank Sinatra tune. Can you give us some hints about, what we're going to hear?
Am I allowed to give hints? For this?
Well, I
don't
think
wanna give anything away. No, it's going to be a blast. I have an amazing big band. I've been working with a musical director for a long time who kind of knows my vibe and mixes it with the old school vibe, which I love. And of course, without Frank Sinatra, I'm not sure I'm sitting here. So you're going to hear a lot a lot of Sinatra inspired, kind of, I'd like to say the Count Basie arrangements, which is really swinging and fun and big. And you'll hear some different takes, though. I mean, we try to stay with that old school thing, but we bring something fresh to it with the arrangements and the vibe. It's really exciting, and everybody, young and old, always are turned over when they see me with the big band, because it's just such a great, powerful, great sound.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Well, for those in our audience who don't know what your connection is in Irving, could you tell us a little bit about that?
I went to and graduated from MacArthur High School, which is having their 30-year reunion. So it kind of coincides with this gig. So it's kind of fun. I'm kind of coming. I never went far in the sense of geography permanently, but I'm in Dallas now, and I to come back with the big band at this great art center, which is it's beautiful. Everything sounds great in there. I'm super excited for. I was across the street at MacArthur, emceeing the talent show in '87, and here I am, emceeing my show.
So, can't wait for the concert. Mary, I know you've got the details.
Well, yes, it's on the 20th of October on a Friday evening, 7:30 at the Irving Arts Center. Tickets are available at the Art Center box office, 972-252, ARTS, ARTS.
All right, fantastic, folks. Yes. This is something that you really want to see. Ricky Derrick and his big band, again, as Mary said, on Friday, October 20th, starts at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets quickly, people. The chairman is coming back to town.
Scott Churchill returns to the show with a review of the new film American Made, starring Tom Cruise, and A Year by the Sea, starring Karen Allen.
Christmas was always my favorite season. Baking cookies, stuffing the stockings, all of those things.
Karen Allen is back at the top of her game, radiant and exuding a depth of character in this sweet film about love, loss, and transition. A Year by the Sea is set in Cape Cod, where her character Joan has gone to find her way after taking leave from a 30-year marriage that has left her with a sense of emptiness after her last son is married, and she discovers that her husband has made plans to move from the East Coast to Kansas City to take another job there. He, of course, expects her to come with him.
Why can't you ever be satisfied with what we have?
What's wrong with needing a little...
A little what?
Time to ourselves?
Needs are a roof over your head and food on the table. Period.
Like many women in her situation, Joan realizes that she's neglected to nurture herself, and so she sets out to discover herself in a year of soul-searching by the sea.
I'm a spoiled brat.
Oh, no. I don't think Robert thinks that, Joni.
It's the person who leaves who's always in the wrong.
Well, men may want out, but I think they usually set it up so women do the walking. What?
When did you become such an expert on men?
Listen, I know some things.
Beautiful photography, soothing sound design, spectacular scenery, but most of all, a winning performance by Karen Allen, who brings a lifetime of experience into this story that will touch your heart. It opens this weekend in Dallas. Don't miss it.
Don't you ever get lonely out there?
No. No, the real loneliness, Joan, it's not knowing who you are.
This is the United States Drug Enforcement Agency. We are ordering you to land. All right, boys, let's land. Is he?
Tom Cruise is back, and I'm glad to say he's back with a bang, starring in American Made, which takes us back to the late 1970s, when real-life TWA commercial pilot Barry Seal was approached by the CIA to courier large amounts of funds to General Noriega in Panama. Before you know it, a drug cartel has him flying cocaine into the U.S. on his return flights, a side deal to which the CIA turned a blind eye.
You should be serving your country.
You're CIA.
Later, during the Reagan administration, the CIA has him running guns to the Contras, who were the U.S.-backed right-wing rebel groups that were active from 1979 into the early 90s in opposition to the left-wing socialist government in Nicaragua. Eventually, SEAL starts diverting the guns to the cartel, and the CIA shuts down the operation, abandoning him to be arrested by the FBI.
Is this all legal?
You trust me? No. Too bizarre to believe? Welcome to the double-crossing world of secret CIA black ops. American Made is a very satisfying film experience because its even pacing keeps you glued to the screen, and the humor woven into the storytelling keeps you smiling all the way through.
Roscoe dug this up in the backyard. There are bills blowing around everywhere.
I'll rake it up in the morning.
American Made is showing at the AMC Irving Mall and Regal MacArthur Marketplace.
October is a very busy month in Irving. It's also time for our annual community-wide reading event.
Corrine Barberina and Ben Towne join us with the details. Thanks for being here, guys.
Absolutely,
Thanks for having us. So can I just start by saying that Irving Reads is one of my absolute favorite events that the library does, and you do a bunch of wonderful events, but this one gets the whole community involved. Corrine, what are we reading this year?
This year we're reading True Grit by Charles Portis, and it's a wonderful themed book with the Western genre, which is unique to the United States because of the Western expansion. It's set in the late 1800s, and an interesting fact about True Grit is it actually began, Charles Portis wrote a series in the Saturday Evening Post in 1968. It was a 3-part series and 3 of the books or magazines. In that same year, he wrote the book. This is one of the older copies of True Grit. And that same, in 1969, is when the movie came out starring John Wayne. An interesting fact about that, it was the only Oscar John Wayne won.
Wow. You know, when you want some information, who do you ask? You ask a librarian. That's what you do.
That's right.
That's fascinating, though, really.
And this is the copy of the book that we're handing out. It's paperback. Every library location has these copies on hand. Feel free to come by and pick up your free copy to start reading with the community.
That's great.
It's great. Well, Ben, the library has always been great about finding similar books for younger readers. So what do you have in store for us this year?
So this year we're following along the theme of True Grit, and we've selected a total of 4 books for children and teens. Among them we have by Kirby Larson is Hattie Big Sky. It was a book that was nominated for a Newbery Honor. Very proud of having her.
Every year you guys come up with a variety of events that appeal to different ages, that appeal to families, that appeal to specific readers. What's in store this year?
Well, this year we're really excited about our 2 adult author panels. We really wanted to focus on West. We thought it would appeal a lot to the adult community. So we have a Not Your Father's Western panel that's coming up this Saturday on the 7th, which is people who write Westerns but not your typical Western.
Fine.
Which maybe some romance, maybe some fantasy, so people should stop by and see this. It'll be fantastic. And then our another author panel is Donnie Boggs and Clay Reynolds will be coming to talk about more about True Grit itself and more traditional Western writing. That will be on the 15th at the Valley Ranch Library. So we do have some fun stuff too. We have a hoedown, square dance, and we have some campfire sing-alongs, and we have some pony pictures and crafts for kids. So there's some things for families.
This year we're doing something new and different. We've got a website that's called Beanstack, and what they can do is when they go to the website, it's at the City of Irving.beanstack.org. They can go and they could actually provide us reviews of what they thought of the book. And then at the end of October, we'll be selecting one lucky winner to give them a gift basket, a True Grit themed gift basket.
For posting a review. So when you go to the libraries, you will see staff dressed in different colors of True Grit t-shirts. That's promoting Show Your True Grit here in Irving, Texas.
That is fantastic. So folks, get out your cowboy hats and boots for the next Irving Reads event that Corrine just mentioned. It's coming up fast. That's on Saturday, October 7th at 3:30 p.m. in the South Irving Library. Visit cityofirving.org/library for a full list of this month's activities.
No Main Street event would be complete without the manifolds on Main Car Show. Angela Lang has the story.
Take a ride in downtown Irving for the Manifolds on Main Car Show and you won't be disappointed.
A couple of cars would pass by. It's like, wow, that's awesome.
Car lovers of all ages oohed and awed at more than 100 cars lined up on Main Street in Irving.
Plastics, antiques, cutting edge,
newer model show cars, and then also special interest. We've even got it's an antique motor that came off a tractor that's just sitting on a trailer back over there, and the guy starts it because it sounds so great from 100 years ago.
Attendees had their favorites.
The red Mustang. It's pretty, and then with the leather seats, and it's just so pretty. It looks beautiful. Love to own one like that.
Probably this one just because it reminds me of a car my dad had when I was a little kid. He was a big fan of classic muscle cars and just classic luxury vehicles like this one here, so I took a picture of it to send it to him.
But there was one star of the show. This 1970 Ford Mustang, named Madame Blue, was this year's featured car.
We can't even go to the gas station without somebody wanting to take a picture. We just, okay, no problem. Even kids, we let them sit in it. Their places just light up. You know, people taking pictures of her all the time.
Manifolds on Main has been a top attraction at Irving's Main Street event for 4 years. And though it brings in more attendees every year, organizer Dan Harrod hopes many of them will have the same experience.
I want them to enjoy the memories down memory lane as they look at different cars, trucks, and motorcycles that may have meant something to them as they were growing up, as they were dating, as they were going to school or whatever else. And there's always a special memory involved.
Old memories plus new memories. Reliving old memories while creating some new ones. Not a bad way to spend a September Saturday afternoon.
Congrats to the Irving Events team for a very successful Main Street event. Up next, save the date for this year's community-wide holiday celebration, the Holiday Extravaganza on Saturday, December 2nd. We'll have details for you on About Town as we get closer.
At the Four Seasons, this month is known as Cool October for lots of reasons.
Vale Tolbert and John Drake are here with the details. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us. It is always great to see both of you, especially together because of the great work that Four Seasons and the Healthcare Foundation has done over the years. So, Vale, I'm going to go straight to you with this because there's some people in the community who are not familiar with Cool October. Can you give us some background?
So, what we do locally is at the Four Seasons in Dallas, we support the Irving Healthcare Foundation, and we have since 1992. And we do our best to raise funds every year to help support their philanthropic needs for the advancement in cancer technology so that we can improve patient care on a weekly basis here in our backyard.
Yeah.
Well, John, the Irving Healthcare Foundation, it's been helped tremendously by this Cool October event. What do you want to accomplish this year?
A head and neck scope. Head and neck cancers are a terrible thing, and so our scope was about 20 years old. It was time to replace it, but hospital revenues are very precious, so gifts really are oftentimes the only way we can afford to buy a new piece of equipment. That's about half of what we're buying. The other half is a piece of surgery that keeps gases during surgery constant, and the doctors love it. Keep smoke when they're removing tumors. It does all this great work, and so our doctors are like, "Can we have it now?" And we're like, "Well, when we raise the funds, you can have it." But it's really an important piece of equipment. It's called an air seal. So those two things are the focus this year.
Well, I tell you what, you guys, as you said, have raised the $3 million, and I know you've got some fun things planned to help raise more of the money. John, if you talk about the online auction.
Oh yeah, if you go to cooloctober.com, you can bid on Four Seasons trip to Lanai in Hawaii. There is a trip to Denver. There is a Roger Staubach football. There is an American Airlines suite for either the Mavericks or the Stars. Mm-hmm. Anybody can bid on that, and 100% of your funds go through to to helping us buy this equipment. So we're really excited to hate cancer in this way.
Vale, what other events are open to help this community?
So some more events that are open to the public, which we're super excited about this year, that are part of Cool October, are our charity fashion show and luncheon, and also our charity concert, which is towards the end of the month. So that the fashion show is on October the 24th, which is a Tuesday. And it is our third year to host the fashion shows, and it'll just be a fun day. It ends at 1, and the time that everyone has there is just fabulous. So the concert is at the end of the month, October the 28th, and it's from 6 to 9:45. That is a wonderful event for families. Everyone is invited. We have food trucks, we have bounce houses, miniature golf.
Come in
we
costume,
have,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
Costumes
fun.
are welcome.
Here at the end of October.
The opening act for the event is our bellman from the resort. He was actually on this past season's NBC The Voice. So we're very excited. He's a great guitar player and singer, performs locally from time to time, so he's going to open up. And then we have fireworks at the end of the evening. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, you guys have got some incredible stuff planned throughout the month, things that the community can come to and be a part of, as well as some other things that just members only get to do. And everybody gets to do the online auction, which is very cool.
Yes.
So
Please
folks,
do.
for more details, visit cooloctober.com and figure out which or all of these events you want to go to. And here are some other exciting happenings about town. The Irving Firefighters Association plans to turn Irving pink in October. We'll have an update on their progress at the next show, but check out irvingfirefighters.org for more information.
Celebrate timeless beauty and grace at the 2017 Miss Mature Irving Pageant. It's Friday, October 6th at 7 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall.
You can help Family Promise in their mission to help homeless families in Irving at Steps and Strides on Saturday, October 7th at 7 a.m. at Hackberry Creek Church.
The martial artists and acrobats of Tianjin, People's Republic of China, present a dazzling performance on Sunday, October the 8th at 2:30 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall. For information about these events, call 972-252-ARTS. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time when we'll bring you highlights from Irving Care's 60th birthday party at the Great Harvest.
We'll also visit Dogfest DFW and check out Stitches, Texas at the Irving Convention Center at Las Colinas.
We'll leave you tonight with another look at the music of Prince at Main Street Event 2017. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Jan Herntzer. Have a great evening About Town.